On my last video, I told you that I helped my friend Jon Snow change and update his CV and cover letter, and he got shortlisted for a job interview. So, on this video, I'll share the 10 questions that I asked in his interview, and I hope that it'll help your application too. So, yeah, grab a pen and paper, take some notes. We'll get started. Yada, and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Binibining Veronica. I am a Filipino Kiwi nurse living in New Zealand. And on this channel, I talk about nursing and life in New Zealand. So if you're new here, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. Salamat po! All right, just a bit of a background. My friend applied for a position in the medical unit in a district health board. I edited his CV and cover letter, and he got shortlisted for a job. It was for a panel interview. I think there were 2 or 3 people in that interview. If you want to know my writing process when I create a CV, you can watch that video right here. And then the first question was, can you tell me something about yourself, your work experience? And usually I will allot like 30 seconds to 1 minute to provide this information. You just want to share the work experience that is most relevant to the job that you're applying. And then the second question was about, can you tell us how you handled a particularly difficult situation at work? So this is more on conflict management, looking at your skills, if you can manage conflicts, if you have identified a problem and how you go about solving that. The next question was, what do you think are your best qualities and limitations? And then number 4 was, how would you go about dealing with a particularly difficult colleague? And again, this is very typical, a question as part of conflict management. And then number 5, in this work environment, what do you think would be attributes needed to be an effective member of the healthcare team? If you want to watch more videos about nursing and living in New Zealand, please make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you will know when I upload new videos just like this one. Number 6, how would you describe your overall health? Number 7, do you have any conflict of interest? Number 8, have you ever been convicted here or back home? Number 9, what problems do you think you'll have when you start work here? And number 10, do you have any questions for us, and have you already informed your manager? Also, we will need you to complete a portfolio. Were the questions difficult to answer for you? Let me know in the comment section below. And so yeah, those are the questions asked by the employers. And then when I asked my friend, what was the most difficult questions for you to answer? So he said questions 3, 5, and 10. So number 3, about what do you think are your best qualities and limitations? And then sometimes they'll rephrase this and say, what are your strengths and your weaknesses? And I guess, my purpose of sharing these commonly asked questions is so that you can prepare it ahead of time as well. It doesn't mean like you memorize your answer. It's just really more reflecting on what are the things that I'm working on at the moment. And that's the important point as well. When you list down your limitations, your weakness, you also try and include the things that you are doing to help yourself, so that your employer can see that yes, you have these challenges at the moment, but that you're trying to work on it. And then number 5, he just wanted to share that when asked what you think would be attributes needed to be an effective member of the healthcare team, He said, throw away your ego, collaboration, and execution. So, yeah. And then number 10, do you have any question for us? I guess this is a tricky question as well to answer because you don't really want to appear so assertive, so aggressive. So normally you can just ask, when would you hear back from them? When would you hear about the result of your application? Or what does the job orientation look like? How long is it gonna be for? Things like that, just so the employer knows that you are really interested with the job as well. By the way, if you want to grab my notes, please check the link in the description box below. Thank you. And yeah, you're just trying to strike a conversation, have a bit of a rapport with them because in reality, these are the people that you are likely going to work with in the future. And then I might just try and add. Sometimes there are also questions about Treaty of Waitangi, how you're going to apply the principles of Treaty of Waitangi in your practice. There may also be some questions, about differentiating equity versus equality. I can talk more about that in the future if you're interested, but just, putting it out there. And cultural safety as well. At the end of the day, you may be asked different questions as well, and your job interview experience may be totally different, and that's okay. And to summarize the questions that we've talked about, so we talked about introducing yourself, your strength, your weaknesses, any conflict management situations or difficult situations that you had to deal with, attributes that you think will be best helpful in your new job, your overall health, any conflict of interest, any criminal record, and start date, and if you have any questions to the employer. And again, you may be briefly asked about the Treaty of Waitangi, cultural safety. Sometimes they might ask you about quality initiatives that you've been involved in as well. As for my friend, he'll start orientation next month, and I'm really excited for the next part of his journey. If you want to know more what goes on in an orientation for nurses working in a public hospital or a small aged care facility or a private hospital, I've also created a video about that. Just check out the link above in the YouTube card. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and sharing my videos. As always, I wish you all the best with your journey and I hope you will be blessed. I'll see you soon. Bye!